We don't care about the harassment from Keeper of the Light.
That's true, you've got that Dragon's Blood keeping you topped up. I guess he's pretty good at getting those denies in there as well. And there's also the Kotl with the Tiny as well. That was one of the big points the panel were talking about, whether one of them's going to be a core, one's a support. And they're going to have that ability for Boxy to burst through refraction, find picks on these squishier supports on the side of OG. As we do have the good old classic meeting in the mid lane for both teams. Misha's smoke broken, spotted by Ana. A Lunar Blessing level 1, so he's got that additional night vision, seeing people across the river.
I don't know if OG wants to take this fight. Like, Bane doesn't provide you with much. Dragonite's still thinking what he wants to get. If there's going to be a big fight, probably going to go for Breathe Fire. Bango, he definitely wants to join if it happens with the shield crash.
Yeah, such a good level 1 ability.
Lycan Wolves will scout things out at the bottom rune. Looking at some of the matchups, Lycan, I think he's going to have a really good time against Bane, against Phoenix. Sending summons to both of these heroes, like, they cannot deal with it, so this could be an issue. The good thing is they have Pango with the disarm later on to be able to help him out with the swashbuckle.
Good ways of contending with it. Well, Liquid, we're just going to grab the bottom runes. They're under dire vision. Double wards there from OG, spotting into the jungle and around the bottom rune. And we will have that Mickey mid Kotl against the BZM Pango in the mid lane. How does that kind of matchup go then? If you're talking about the DK matchup against Kotl, Pango's fine?
I think he's going to be okay. Not sure if you can catch Keeper of the Light and get a kill on him. We'll have to see. I think BZM will try to play a bit more aggressive on a mid lane, and we also see Ramses here popping up out of nowhere.
He's looking like a happy chappy, pointing to his brain. Just think about what you're doing. Oh, but these other ones got insanely down bottom. Oh, that Oracle with the Luna of Ana. A DK Phoenix lane, though. That always seems really nasty when you're a hero like Oracle. You can't really stand forward and pressure because you're going to get stunned and hit with the Fiery Spirits.
Especially with the levels, I think it's going to be much easier for OG to play this lane. Like, there is burst potential coming out from Team Liquid. I almost said OG when I saw Ana playing Luna. It can get confusing. Ana and Jerry both now playing against OG squad.
Yeah, and Jerax sat behind him like the good old days, supporting him in every step of life. Up top, some interesting stuff happening here, Lacoste. They've stacked the waves, and Liquid are trying to do some wave dragging.
It's not a strong lane for Team Liquid. It's Lycan plus Tiny. Like, it's not about killing. I don't think playing Tiny in this lane is going to be enjoyable. Like, usually you would want to have some kill threat. So it's mostly going to be about securing Lycan and giving him some levels so that he gets it. Tiny airlines.
Yeah.
Nicely done by Boxy. Tosses him into the camp with the 3 Skelly Bros. Decent damage done to Misha.
Yeah, forces the salve out pretty early on. Well, that's just, Boxy, 3 tosses so far, just chucking people around, trying to mess up with his lane equilibrium.
Toss him again.
Get him straight across there into the creep camp.
And
the wolves are coming.
This could be the kill if he body blocks him.
Body block Misha's Bane. Tree cut, stands in front. Misha's by the tower now, though.
Forcing him to use another tango.
It's not comfortable whatsoever. But the TA's getting free farm, right? 13-1, Yuragi is handsomely up at the top of that CS board.
Tiny getting a tree grab on level 2. I like that. I think when you play for Tiny, you get so much more value, especially in this lane where you know that you're not going to be able to get the kills. It's going to be some harassment, but I believe OG's lane should be fine. And also, as for Tiny, you need to bring constant mana regen. You need clarity surrounding. You need those mangoes. I see a courier. It's a set of tangos. So Boxy needs to bring something.
Yeah,
he's using the courier and bringing nothing. Boxy in the base.
Yeah, where's it going? Boxy's courier with nothing on it. He's got, what, 200 gold saved up?
He wants the Windlace. Probably misclicked.
Yeah, maybe so. It's going on.
Yeah, can you check that courier?
A useless
between
journey.
Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower, going on an adventure.
Well, Amar getting slammed by the Lucent Beams now and has leveled that up. Has a lot of magic damage, like you said. Once they get to level 2, level 3, Liquid offer a tremendous amount of damage. And Misha picked up by Zai. Boxy helping out as well.
A bit surprised that they managed to get a kill there. I mean, constant harassment. I think those 2 tossbacks into the big camp kind of made the difference.
And there's that magic burst. Fortune's End, the Flames and the Lucent Beam. Difficult for Tiger to position himself safely.
Also, Oracle has a pretty good base attack time. So with Lunar's Blessing, it's level 2 right now. Extra 15 damage on that bottom lane. Gonna do quite a lot.
That's a lot of punches. I mean, there was a time when you used to buy a bunch of Fairy Fires on Oracle. Just because of that base attack time, pumping out damage quickly.
Insania has Mango Tree of his own somewhere, because he does have 6 mangoes.
Well, he knows he's going to be spamming. Do get a stun and a dive in towards Ana, though. Can they save him with a magic stick? He's still got that Fire Spirit burn on him, but it looks like he's all right. Handed over a Tango by Insania. Top lane again. Boxy and Zai moving in. This time around, though, Yuragi and Misha just holding hands, bodyguarding each other, killing off the wolves, making sure that aggression is halted.
Oh, good pushback on a mid lane with Blinding Light, getting level 6 much faster, because Mickey, he was farming the small camp as well.
Yeah, BZM going to have to TP out. Wants to reset himself, and this is going to give a free lane to Mickey.
This is going to be one of the fastest boots of travel, I feel like, on Keeper of the Light, because he's not buying anything. Like, he's not buying any of the small items, just bought a Boots of Speed. We got to check for the record.
Yeah, we'll have one of those pop-ups, absolutely. Yeah, he's going to have a crack in time on that. I mean, what? Less than 7 minutes, right? 6 minutes 30, something along those lines.
Yeah, he needs 500 gold. He's going to check if there is a small camp. Going to steal one creep, 20 extra gold for Keeper of the Light.
That's free money. What's Misha up to? So he's gone for a wander, gets a high ground ward in there towards the triangle. Looks like he's going to deny himself again, just reset that mana pool. Make sure he can return to lane and keep bodyguarding the TA. Might be an opportunity, though, for Boxy and Zai to move in onto Yuragi, toss him back in the midst of the creep wave. Does get the refraction off, but Zai with the body blocks, those wolves up in front of the TA, causing
Yuragi's going to be
problems.
fine, especially now that he is bringing full power treads on the courier and also Raindrop to have a little bit more mana sustain. Does have Ring of Bassi, Templar Assassin, one of the heroes that consumes a lot of mana if you want to keep up with the farm.
Constantly spamming out those refractions. Rolling Thunder. Moving in towards the bottom rune spot. Mickey getting brain sapped and jumped upon, but they've got that Faked Edict out of the Oracle to save him from the magical damage.
He's stuck.
And BZM, yeah, a little bit stuck there near the cliff.
Nicely done by Insania. That one extra point should be enough.
Looks like he'll die for it, but potentially get a curious snipe. No, he's just going to TP home. Away he goes. Nothing Phoenix could do to stop him. That could be a problem for them. The real stunner here, of course, that Dragon Knight. I do have Fiend's Grip as well, but early days, it's all about that DK stun to actually stop TPs or catch people off guard. Boxy again onto Yuragi. Or is it the other way around? Is it Yuragi onto Boxy? TA comes out and clears him down. Mickey TPing top to help out Zai. Templar Assassin getting closer to the tier 1. The
Blast
Illuminate
not going to connect, gets another refraction.
Gets the refraction back up, and Yuragi, the wolves are hunting.
Someone.
They're going to cancel a TP though. He's just left up there. They can't continue diving. Mickey still wants to try Illuminate into that tree line. They can't kill Yuragi though, he's invincible.
This is going to be a lot of damage onto tower. Yuragi may survive, but they need someone to rotate. BZM walking slowly there. Does have a Rolling Thunder available.
He wants to get involved. Mickey, he's been untouched. Farming far too quickly. Oh, the run around. He dodges the thing.
And the blinding light.
He's out of there.
That was nicely done by Mickey. Even gets the respect tip from Yuragi.
Running in circles around his opponents. That should have been a freebie for OG. And Boxy's arrived again. Avalanche toss straight on the Templar Assassin. He's got 3 items all locked up as an inventory. Tranquil Boots disassembled. They can keep swapping them.
Keep swapping
back and forth.
Yeah, that's nicely done. It's a lot of work when you do that on Tiny. Now he disassembled.
The Milan strat.
Yeah, that's something that Milan definitely invented on his Earth Spirit. First time I saw it. It's a lot of clicks, Gary, but yeah, Boxy, he feels like he can do it.
Yeah, absolutely can be worth it. And this gives Zai the opportunity just to take that top tier 1, while DK hasn't really been able to do too much with his Elder Dragon form on the bottom tower. Maybe with half duration, he can chip away at it. They'll look for the kill on the Oracle instead, but Insania's got a couple of stacks up of the Purifying Flames heal. He's untouchable as well.
A lot of value from Oracle in this game, being able to dispel Breathe Fire, dispel Enfeeble later on,
look
slow
at
from
them.
the traps.
Well, like 3 heroes chasing him. Somehow, finally he dies. Couldn't keep getting away with it.
Manages to TP out. That was so close.
Dragon Tail could have been there, but not quite in time. And Boxy, deep behind
he's
enemy
unlocking.
lines.
Let me see if he wants to go for it, get some extra movement speed. One more hit, but he's afraid.
He's juking.
Does he want to deny himself? Trap misses.
Can't get the slow on him. And Boxy, he doesn't have a TP, so he can't actually slip away that easily. And just one meld slap from the TA. And a tip for good measure will find him.
Team Liquid did manage to kill Tier 1 tower on the top lane. And now putting some pressure on the mid lane. Lycan is ready to go. Does have a shapeshift.
Yeah, they don't have Supernova yet. 9.5 minutes in, these supports still level 4. Misha with no grip. So the big teamfight ultis really all reliant on BZM.
BZM's out of mana. That's also a huge issue. I think this tower just goes down.
Nice deny.
BZM gets the deny.
Still a tower down though, and map control for this push strat from Liquid, basically with a Lycan, the Luna, this Keeper of the Light shoving waves and applying that pressure so consistently. Mickey's gonna take down that bottom lane. Give a bit more room for Ana now to dip into the jungle, farm through triangle. While Boxy, aiming for the Phoenix, meets a couple more heroes than really he'd expected. Bane and the Pango will force him back, but OG still unable to find any of these big kills.
Tiny level 4, Insania on Oracle level 5. Let's see who's bringing the book. I think you give it to Oracle, because Tiny, he's not that level dependent, I would say, like especially when played from position 4. Okay, he's going to be the one buying it.
Yeah, I guess Insane is halfway to 6, so he'll get there
one of them needs to get some XP somewhere. Yeah. They think they can burst him.
Wolves.
Zai playing on the top, yeah, with the Wolves.
They're scouting, and they're catching, and they're killing. Bane is TP'd up here as well. Maybe Liquid could stick around for round 2 of their spells. It's only 10 seconds for Boxy to have that next salvo. And like I said, in the meantime, it is just Ana farming triangle very efficiently while the rest of his squad creating so much room on the map for him.
Misha did place that deep observer ward relatively early on in Liquid's triangle, but nothing has been done about it. Like, all they've seen is Luna free farming, getting the stacks. Because it was very difficult. Both supports were kind of under-leveled. This Phoenix is level 5. BZM was out of mana. And Amar, he wants to hit some creeps.
Yeah, I mean, Misha's getting run out by the Lycan. Nightmare comes. Looks like Amar's okay, even with a solar bind on him. And BZM's going to come up here to help out Misha, but Insania and Boxy, Fortune's End, and maybe a tiny combo. Nah, they say not worth it. Forcing the TP rotations out of OG is well worth our time up here. So he can just retreat, fall back, create this bunker for Ana to stay in safely. Pango wants to get in onto Boxy. Misha just
they're gonna leave Boxy.
Hit him a couple of times, and there he is. Maybe with this Diffusal Blade, we'll slow down Insania's Oracle and get on top of him with BZM. But with Fate's Edict and all these heals, I don't think Insania is too worried about a little bit of aggression from him.
Insania was thinking about going in.
It's OG contesting triangle at long last, though, finally utilizing the dying seconds of that observer ward that was up on the high ground. Because they had not just that ward, they had like 3 aggressive wards deep in behind Liquid's territory. And all of them have kind of expired without getting too much use out of them. But now they've got traps. They've got traps to see where Ana is.
Ana's keeping up with the farm of Templar Assassin, but I think Templar Assassin hits a little bit of earlier timing with that Deso. Both teams, I think if this game goes over 35 minutes, at least 2 Roshans are going to be killed.
Oh yeah, both teams love the pit.
OG wants to kill Roshan. As soon as they get that Deso up, there's probably going to be a smoke and go for a kill. Dragon Knight does have a Blink Dagger. He showed it at the bottom lane, but they haven't gotten anything done since he picked it up.
Yeah, it should feel like OG want to go as well, because they've got Supernova, they have the grip on Misha. A lot of these teamfight tools and abilities are ready at their disposal. BZM, Rolling Thunder's there as well. But they're not going to connect in onto anyone, because 2 ships in the night, they're mirroring the movement. Radiant smoke up to top Dire jungle, Dire do the same thing down to bottom. Maybe they can find Zai as he's trying to connect with the rest of Liquid. But now you've missed out on that, you kind of have an idea of where each other is, right?
Yeah, if you don't find anyone, you know that they're probably doing the same thing as you're doing. Keeper of the Light does have Urn of Shadows, but we haven't seen Mickey being active. Like usually Keeper of the in terms of like getting the kills, but there were no kills, so that means no charges on Urn of Shadows. And also one thing to notice, he doesn't have an extra wind lace. Usually Keeper of the Lights do pick it up just to have a 550 movement speed.
Yeah, as if 500 wasn't enough. Give the old man a little bit more. Now Liquid playing up into their top vision. Couple of observer wards here, and the Wolves actually cutting in behind the wave to chip away at it. But Tiger's been doing an exceptional job. The past 2 minutes, he's been in this top lane tree line, just spamming Fiery Spirits, trying to carve out this top lane wave to stop the push, hitting into his tier 2. Oh, they find the observer ward as well now. Under a couple of dire sentries. So OG reclaiming that top jungle for themselves.
Yuragi almost ready to join. 500 away from Deso, looking at Luna's item build. We talked about Luna having a little bit of different timings. She wants to disassemble Dragon Lance, get a BKB, so OG will have like 2 minutes pretty much to play before Luna gets a BKB.
And Ana. It's like this back and forth, you know, it's this tug of war. You go up top as Liquid, you force the TPs, then you move down bottom, you go into triangle, you move back up top, you're forcing OG to keep reacting. A game of cat and mouse, which so far Liquid have done very well at, but OG want to break the rhythm. They get the grip on the Kotl, find Mickey kill, and Boxy just going to avalanche and run himself away.
This should reveal that there is a ward on the high ground, because Amar did instantly jump him. They could potentially play around this ward. There is no Fiend's Grip, but they also want to put some pressure on the tower. Yuragi, his career is flying, TPing near the outpost to be closer to Roshan.
Yeah, tier 1 mid. Not long for this world. Amar, the friend, just going to take it out with that Elder Dragon form. And yeah, like you said, they're already swinging in towards the Roche pit. Trap there to try and give some vision. Liquid. What's Liquid's next move? You know, it feels like they should be the ones really pressuring objectives and getting themselves in front of towers. Do they go take a team fight, or is it like you're saying, just wait for the BKB on Luna?
Helm of the Overlord is a big one, where 2 supports can't really deal with it. You send it on one of them, and you know that they're not going to be able to use their abilities properly. Ana, he looks pretty dead here. Yeah,
the Nightmare setup from Misha was perfect. Allowed that time for the rest of OG to arrive.
And also with the kill like this, they are delaying what Team Liquid wants to do. Like we talked about the BKB being crucial for them. Ooh, Ana, he
didn't
he bought another Ogre Axe. Oh, that's gonna delay it by so much more.
How big of a mistake is that?
It's a big one. It's an extra 1,000 gold, especially with a death like this. I think he gave OG another window, like another minute.
Yeah, they're already 4K ahead, and this Templar Assassin is racing further and further ahead. Top 3 net worth, all dire heroes. And Liquid with such a great early 10, 12 minutes or so coming out of that laning stage, now starting to falter. Insania defending himself against the jump from OG, but in comes Tiger. High ground with the dive. Sunray back down to low ground, but the blinding light pushback. Supernova looks decent, but they're going to destroy it quickly. Ana with a double kill after they took down the 2 supports. They'll sprint forward. I don't think they'll find Yuragi or Amar. They've already split off from the rest of the pack.
And inside the pit they go with Helm of the Overlord. This is the thing we talked about where 2 supports are not going to be able to deal with it. I still think OG is going to take this fight.
And go in with a stun. Amar into piggy mode, gonna squeal away back to high ground. They're just chipping here to force some kind of reaction.
These are also 2 supports that they just killed who are kind of under-leveled. Box is gonna get solo killed.
Yeah, he cancelled the TP, knowing what's coming. Down he goes. That looked like Liquid were gonna be able to take Roshan, but it swung quickly the other way.
I mean, BCM does all the work, and Amar comes in and steals the kill.
Yeah, secured it. He made damn sure he was dead.
This was the first Supernova, and we still haven't seen False Promise.
Yeah, we haven't. And this is a good blinding light from Mickey. Push the 2 supports down to the low ground. It looked like Tiger might have wanted just a Supernova up there on the top of the spire. But instead, they wanted to keep trying to reset.
They committed heavily. Like, they did manage to kill both supports, as we said, try to go and sneak in Roshan, but OG definitely fight ready.
And we go into that standoff mode again. Liquid holding their area near Roche. OG just prodding, looking to see if they can get into the pit. Still a while until Supernova's back up. 20 seconds for that. I would love to have it for the ensuing fight.
Liquid using a scan to check which angle they're coming from. Does not connect, but they should still have a pretty good understanding where OG is.
And Uragi with that blink now. Not only able to get away and disengage from fights, but also potentially able to jump in aggressively. Boxy with a swift TP home, though, makes it out safe and sound.
Finally has enough money to buy a blink.
And again, this game of tug of war, right? Boxy's dragged 2 heroes bottom, so now there's space for Liquid to smoke and play top.
Yeah, Uragi knows. He just showed bottom, and Team Liquid using that info gonna instantly smoke. Observer Ward just out of the range, so that's not gonna get devorted. And they also have a trap, so if they go inside the pit, they will have vision.
They will know exactly what's going on. Well, Eclipse ready, Supernova ready, so both teams do have a couple of these big team fight ultis.
Double damage on Pango. They would definitely love to take a fight right now. Ana so close to his BKB. After this wave, we'll need another one to finish it off.
Farm up some of those neutrals quickly, Ana. They are still prepping themselves, though. You've got to be ever ready against the Templar Assassin squad. And yeah, you see there, BKB in the courier, en route to the Luna. The squadron of couriers flying out to Liquid. 3 of them on their way, scrambling all jets. They are spotted, though. They saw the Oracle's courier for sure going over that trap. But I don't know if they are fully aware of the BKB arriving.
Ready to break the smoke. They have high ground vision, so if the smoke breaks, he will be able to either get initiation or jump out. For now, it seems like he wants to find an opening, and here he goes.
Ana, BKB Eclipse, looking to blow them up, but the Supernova still comes out in time. They're trying to focus it down, but the grip onto the Luna removes it from the fight. No save from Insania, he was focused now instead. Quick kills out of OG as the bait failed spectacularly for Liquid.
Yeah, he does get the Supernova off. They don't have that hero that's gonna just stand in and hit the egg. Ana tried to do that with the BKB, but the Fiend's Grip goes through BKB, stops him completely, and yeah, we also mentioned, like the panel talked about, not having anything to stop the Rolling Thunder. So if BZM gets the Rolling Thunder off before the fight, that's gonna be huge. And this also means that Roshan is secured.
Yeah, the control onto Insania as well. No false promise, which could have given them the ability there to break out of the grip, kill the egg. But no ulti from the Oracle meant Luna didn't stand a chance. So Roshan goes to OG, Uragi with the Aegis now. Tiger down bottom. Again, just playing these tree lines so very well, forcing waves away from his towers. Liquid with fewer and fewer options as this game goes on.
I think Liquid will have a little bit of trouble dealing with what OG has. They wanted to hit an earlier timing with this Keeper of the Light, Lycan and Luna, and Luna has been shut down. In terms of net worth, she's still 3,000 gold behind Templar Assassin, and that's going to be a big kill. Oracle ready to go in with the ulti, but they're controlling him in the backlines.
Yeah, they just keep controlling the Oracle. Finally, the false promise will come to try and save Mickey, but the damage is monumental from OG. I don't even think he's going to survive through this. Getting blasted and destroyed. BZM with the double kill.
Yeah, that Spirit Vessel stopping any kind of healing. I mean, the combo from Liquid is good, where you have False Promise and also healing from Spirit Vessel, Illuminate on top of it, but yeah, just not enough. Team Liquid, you can feel that they think they're on the clock. Misha, great positioning. Something that OG supports are doing really well is breaking these smokes. Yeah,
just standing on top of staircases, allowing for another grip onto Ana's Luna. Amar trying to focus her down, get the BK and then clips off, but that's BZM jumping away into the arms of Boxy. Tiny picking up that huge kill for them, and the TP out from Ana will give Luna the safety she needed. But now it is full retreat time for Liquid. Still no Kotl on the field. Getting a couple of kills like that's not bad, but it doesn't feel like a team fight victory. There was nothing decisive about that from Liquid.
They managed to kill BZM. It's a big one, but they can't turn that into anything. And also forcing Keeper of the Light to get an earlier BKB. There are a couple of good counters to Keeper of the Light. One of my favorite ones, we were talking about the mid Keeper of the Light, is Kunkka, where you kind of force him to get the BKB. And playing against this Rolling Thunder, who can easily control the backlines or just one jump from Dragon Knight, should be enough. But then again, they don't have anyone that can hit the egg except Luna.
How have they done that? Oh, they had boxes over here somewhere. They've spotted him somehow, whether it's game sense or I don't know if they placed a trap or something. But they knew exactly where that Tiny was. It definitely feels, though, as this game starts going, you know, to 30 plus minutes or so, Liquid going to start having damage problems. Tanky heroes on OG, DK, Pango naturally, TA with the refraction, BKB's coming up as well. Sunray to give the heals on their side.
They're
and your
super
damage dealer
tanky.
is Luna.
I don't think they can burst this Dragon Knight. I don't think they have the tools. Like, their initiation is pretty much Tiny, so he'll always going to be able to get the BKB off. And Amar, something about Amar, the way he itemizes, he's going for Orchid next to be able to deal in the backlines with this Oracle. Like, he wants to be able to jump him and instantly delete him.
Yeah, that's so good at figuring out what their particular job is, right? What's the target going to be for me in this game? I need to jump the Oracle. I'm going to stun him, silence him, and that's 10 seconds with no Oracle, basically.
I think it was either that, where he gets, it's like either Templar Assassin gets some kind of a silence, whether from picking up the Orchid, or you want to get Shard, so with the trap, you silence him in the backlines. Like, just that one instant of silence might do the trick. BZM too quick.
Speedy.
Did you know, Gary, that BZM does not play with the mouse mat?
Really?
Yeah, he just bangs it out and plays on the table. I don't even know how's that possible. Probably has a good mouse.
Well, yeah, what kind of mouse is he using? If he has one of those mice from the 90s with the rollerball in it,
yeah.
Sure, but these laser mice, you got to make sure that that table's not got a reflective surface. Oh, madman. Maybe he's just waiting for the right sponsor to come along.
It's a kind of disadvantage, but seems like it's not bothering him at all. Amar almost finds Zai.
BCM loses his courier, which was a couple of big items there. And a full Hurricane Pike for the TA, so even more ability to get her away from the Tiny, away from the Luna.
It's very difficult for Team Liquid to control the fight. They have a Tiny, that's it. That's pretty much the control. And also, this Lycan will start to fall off, because you do have Helm of the Overlord, but Templar Assassin deals really well with the creeps right now. Also, Lucky Shot on Pango is maxed out. So I think as this game progresses, it just gets more difficult for Liquid.
What's the move for them then? Do they just try and brute force some tier 2s? Is that the play? Just try and force fights, bang your head against the wall?
I think they need to go, because Aegis just expired.
No time like the present. But look at OG, so quick to react. They see a little bit of poking at the top lane, thinking, hey, there's wolves here, there's Catapult. Liquid are up to something. Misha doesn't have an Observer Ward, so can't get one of those Tinker spots warded up. And Liquid have evacuated the area. Boxy gonna go for the TP home, but stunned up by Amar, trying to give him the high five. I don't think Boxy's in the mood for that right now, though. Being hunted and hounded, jumped on by the shield crash. BZM and Amar should
Might
be able to close
blink
in
out.
on him. He can't blink away from this man.
That was so close.
Amar's gonna, it's Amar the finder. He's gonna get you in the tree line.
Good one, Gary. Gem picked up by Insania, gave it to Keeper of the Light so they can get rid of traps, getting rid of the vision.
It absolutely feels like Liquid are just being pushed further and further back. They get like one little move up top where they poke the tier 2, and then you see the map state, and they're just being pushed closer and closer to their base and tier 3s, just with the natural state of the map and the way OG are playing it. Luna showing some illusions down bottom, and Dire scanning in there, trying to see if there's any real heroes lurking in the shadows.
Zai decided to go for Shard on Lycan, so that lanes are pushed in. One extra wolf. He's...
Oh, that's a tragedy. Insania, where is he? He's too far away. Oracle can't get near enough by, and that's now 70 seconds without your position 1 carry.
Ana loves to sit in the trees. Wherever he pushes the lane, like it's one of his spots to be at.
And now the swarm of OG heroes, right? They get that one pick down bottom and they're immediately sprinting across towards mid, looking up at top, eyes on any targets that show. And Misha's Bane has been spot on, finding nightmare after nightmare to allow this timing for the rest of his squad to catch up.
There's always this threat of Bane, whether we're talking about sleep into someone else steeping or just using the Fiend's Grip to be able to lock him down. It gets very, very difficult, and you can feel the difference between two carries, what Templar Assassin brings right now. Luna, I don't think she's ever going to feel too comfortable getting close to fight. Again, they don't have an egg hitter, and we're getting closer to level 18 on Phoenix. Lycan's not going to do it. Two supports. Coddle, he does not want to be close. Yeah, so Ag's definitely gonna go off in the fight.
Yeah, speaking of differences, OG, you know, the chat wheel lines they're using, hey, and you know, thanks for the kind of nice words. Insania dropping the don't give up. We can make some kind of comeback happen
Keeping
here.
That PMA mentality.
Like, let's go for a smoke. Let's go positive, aggressive moves. Let's just cast our spells and get something done. I will
Team Liquid, they had OG's number in the DPC tour, in the tiebreakers. Very stompy games, but the OG seems like they did their prep, and now we have a completely different game.
Yeah, the only hero that was showing just then as Liquid Smoke to move was Amar, 2700 HP Dragon Knight that you do not want to be jumping on as your primary focus. Uragi maybe. The TA on the other hand, if she shows, say hello to Ana, but he doesn't get the Lucent Beam out, and Uragi just TPs out.
No shard as well, so no stun.
It feels like that should have been something that connected from Liquid. But instead, oh, well, okay, let's go again. Yeah, Insania making the calls, just keep this going. We nearly had them, we'll get them next time, boys.
OG is already on the high ground. Mickey, he knows that smoke just broke. He's pinging it out.
The jump in from Boxy. They go for the Bane. They should be one of the easier kills that they can get, but Misha proving difficult to kill. Well. He goes for the grip, and in comes Uragi. BKB and the false promise out. Oracle saving up Mickey's Kotal. Ana's moving in and out, but he can't decide where to go. Ana TPing home.
Oh, the rolling thunder.
Being destroyed by OG. Handled by this BZM Pango. Zai's out of there. Or which way is he going? Dead or alive? It's going to be claimed up by the TA.
Oh man, Pango did so much work in that fight. Having level 15 talent and Aghanim Scepter, that means those swashbuckles are gonna be popping off. And Amar finds another one.
Yeah, he goes straight onto the Kotal. Toss back from Boxy, save up Mickey as best he can. Now Amar needs to get himself down to the low ground, but he's standing there with a BKB up, turning onto the Luna, stunning her and catching the Fate Edict to heal, but the physical damage! Uragi just slays two of them in a blink of an eye, and at this point it might just be GG. There is no way, seemingly, for Liquid to come back into this one.
Inside their base, there we go. And we talked about how there is no real response to Phoenix. Amar, he felt super confident. Like we mentioned that he doesn't have to pop BKB early on because they don't have this like lockdown to keep him in place. They have Tiny and Lucent Beam. That's pretty much it. So he held BKB for so long, jumped into the fight, and then he gets it, baits Eclipse, and they clean him up. Taiga, like no real answer for Phoenix.
Yeah, again, I just keep hammering this point home. It's like Misha setting everything up. It's Misha. He tanks the gank, he gets the nightmare, he breaks the smoke, he is everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Gets the Fiend's Grip off for a couple of seconds, allowing the rest of the team to connect. And
he's a ghost.
This is it. This might be it. The best play they have so right now is Tiny tossing someone back. He does have a Force Staff, so let's see how he does it. Here he comes.
Yeah.
It's just a wolf.
Sad times. But yeah, OG really, they have been ghosts. Liquid have been trying to chase ghosts across the map, never connecting with the smokes, always being read every move they make. And OG have been watching them. And Trap's vision, always incredibly useful.
Misha already in a position to go for round 2. This is desperation from Team Liquid. They're drawing on a minimap, go mid. I'm not sure what they can get from this mid wave push.
They've just got to try something at this point. You know, there's nothing really they can do other than run it down and try and kill BZM. That's a big one. They take out the Pango, dead for a minute and a half, and move straight onto the Bane, finally. Removing Misha from the game, he buys back snap decision because Roshan is alive. Inside the pit, there's some big prizes there. Boxy onto Amar. Ana starting to open up. The Eclipse, though, cancelled out by the BKBs of OG. And they're diving towards the Luna. She has to use the magic community to save herself from Uragi and Amar.
Even ulti coming up from Insania.
Yeah, false promise required as well, but they've got the grip now. Kotl held in place, cancelled by Boxy. Liquid fighting back and finding openings, but a Supernova gonna be untouchable. They can't fight into the big old pyramid, landing on their heads, and Liquid losing everything.
They're gonna call it. Yeah, what a performance from OG game 1. Like, it felt that Team Liquid needed to get their earlier timings. We talked about